of a free and democratic sovereign nation founded on spiritual values and in which no man, woman or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
What I love most about working for the Bahamas tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence. We cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the Northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, and covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
Hey, long time no see.
You hear me?
Long time. No see.
Boiled fish, stew conch. I love it all.
Tourists come here to take our tours, experience our sun, sand, and sea, and they also spend money around town.
I used to see a bunch of hogfish around here, but nowadays, I hardly see any.
You protect one area, the fish do their thing, make a bunch of babies that spread all over the sea. What's the problem?
If we protect certain parts of our sea,
it keeps all parts working right.
I was against that phase, but knowing what I know now, I totally agree with having marine protected areas.
I support marine protected areas.
We support marine protected areas.
Look for Bahamas Protected on Facebook.
Sign the petition.
Sign the petition.
The natural resources of the Bahamas play a critical role in supporting Bahamian livelihoods. For example, the fishing and tourism industry, which include fishermen, seafood exporters, hoteliers, dive operators, restaurants, and others. Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us.
Navidad. Good morning, everyone. It's 11 days before Christmas. I'm LaDawn Davis, and as always, it's so great to have you waking up with us. We can expect a stationary front over the islands today, but for more on your weather outlook for the weekend, here's Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean.
This weather report is sponsored by Bank of the Bahamas, the Bank of Solutions.
Good morning, LaDawn. We had some overnight showers courtesy of a surface trough, which is moving towards the west, but that stationary trough that you've been out front that you've been talking about remains just to the north of us. It will get moving tomorrow. When will it reach here? We'll tell you all about that later in the newscast, so stay tuned. But outside of our studios, we're under mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 75 degrees, relative humidity 94%, southeast winds at 8 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,016.0 millibars. That is 30.00 inches, and it is steady. Your temperatures this morning around the islands: Marsh Harbor at 72 in Grand Old Key, also Freeport at 72 degrees. In the Berry Islands, 76. Alistown, Bimini, 75 degrees, 76 in Harbor Island. Rock Sandy, Lutra, Otterstown, Kid Island at 77. 76 in Staniel Key, Kemp Space on Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. In San Salvador, 77. Rim Key, 77 degrees as well. 78 in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, Matthew Town, Inagua, all at 78 degrees. In the Turks and Caicos Islands, 79 degrees. And if you are traveling this morning, we'll hear some high and low temperatures you're likely to find at some of your favorite cities.
like you say. That's right, right? Yeah, that's right. Mama, we like it.
All right now.
Mama don't like no Rick and Spirit in here. Mama don't like no Rick and Spirit in here. He don't care, but Mama don't like no Rick and Spirit anyhow. Mama don't like no Rick and Spirit in here.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast. Now for your boating forecast for today. In the northwestern part of our country, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights are going to be around 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. High tide, 8:15 this morning. Low tide at 2:46 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands today, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Caution flags remain in place for your boaters. The wave heights are going to be around 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And that's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. You're looking at a live shot of the eastern end of the Nassau Harbor, courtesy of our tower cam here on Westy Bethel Drive. Meanwhile, Kelsey Johnson and the Morning Edition traffic team is standing by with the Bahamas First traffic report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. We're here on Wolf Road and Mackey Street. Now, this particular intersection, there's not too much traffic, so if you want to get out early and want to beat the rush, I encourage you guys to use this particular corridor. Now, like I said earlier, it is a wet Friday, and the roads are extremely wet, so we want to ask persons to drive with extreme caution and care. Now, joining me this morning after a 2 days vacation is Sergeant Jerron Thompson, who will also advise the general public about this particular red light and the markings that are fading on the road here. I observed this morning a number of persons are moving way above the marking because actually you can't see it. Good morning, Sergeant Thompson.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas. Yes, we want persons to take extreme caution while driving today. Like you mentioned, the streets are very wet, especially those places with poor tire conditions. We ask you to change your tires as soon as possible, because it could mean the difference between your health and with you crashing. Also, check with your to make sure that you have adequate braking.
All right, now this particular junction, like we said, a number of cars are moving way past the white line. I remember earlier in the year you told me that it's a $250 fine. Is that still in effect?
Yes, that is still in effect, but as you can see, these lines are fading. As I look on the streets, we have poor street markings. You can't really tell where the turning lane begins and where it ends. So we need Ministry of Works to come and please make sure they define these markings so persons could be aware of where they're supposed to be. It'll be very difficult. It'll be unfair to persons to report them for passing that white line when the white line is faded and it is barely visible.
Now, the police cannot issue me a ticket if I am to cross the white line or if I was to go into the turning lane before it starts.
Like I said, it wouldn't be fair to persons because the road characteristics are not clearly defined by the white lines. So we need to do that first before we could do any enforcement. It wouldn't be fair to the public.
Now, I did see an increase of police presence on the streets. Are we booking just for persons not having their driver's license, or are we booking for all miscellaneous, including tints and license plates?
We're booking for everything that you could possibly think about, everything that is written in the Road Traffic Act that we could possibly report persons for, and it is inside the fixed penalty book. And where it is not inside the fixed penalty book, we'll proceed by summons. We have to enforce our laws. We want to discourage these persons who are not supposed to be on the road to stay off the road. If you don't have a driver's license and if you're not covered by insurance, we advise you to stay off the road because we're gonna take your freedom, and we don't care how much you cry. We're gonna lock you up, and we're gonna enforce the laws. So we advise persons to stay off our streets who are not supposed to be driving, and probably just catch the bus, let the bus driver take that responsibility for you with getting tickets or what have you.
Anything happened that we need to know overnight?
Over the past, we had a quiet 24 hours. Over the past 24 hours, we had a total of 15 crashes. 3 of those crashes involved crashes with injuries, no major injuries.
All right, thank you so much, Sergeant Thompson. As we are heading into a great weekend, we want to encourage everybody to drive with caution and care and abide by the laws. We're going to toss it back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Now on to our top story this morning. International aviation services returning to Abaco in Grand Bahama. The national airline is set to begin regular scheduled commercial flights to Florida from Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and Freeport. Those services will begin on Sunday. Passengers traveling out of Abaco in Grand Bahama to Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach should have a valid U.S. visa for processing by U.S. authorities over in Florida. Those without a U.S. visa will have to transit through the capital. Over $6 million of contracts have been issued for water improvement works in Abaco. Executive Chairman of the Water and Sewerage Corporation, Adrian Gibson, making that announcement during the launch of Abaco's water solarization initiative on Thursday over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Gibson says the corporation's water system and tanks on that island were extensively damaged in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian, the devastation prompting his organization to provide temporary relief. Gibson admits, though, there are still a few challenges.
It must be highlighted that there continues to be periods of low pressure and/or no water, given the fragility of the power generation, water production, and the destruction to our pumping and distribution systems. Similarly, our teams have instituted interim measures at our Treasure Key operations and sewer systems, as well as those in Spring City, to protect the community's health and the environment.
The damage to Abaco's 11 water systems and tanks pegged at some $15 to $20 million. Gibson says contracts have been awarded for the construction of a new $1.5 million Imperial gallon storage tank at the Marsh Harbor pumping station, replacing the 2 existing tanks on their compound.
That contract includes a new 750,000 Imperial gallon tank for Treasure Key, and also a 125,000 Imperial gallon tank for Grand Key, and repairs to the existing Green Turtle Key storage tank. All of these new tanks are rated for wind loading in excess of 200 miles per hour.
Meantime, the Bahamas Water and Sewerage Corporation, along with its international partners, the United Nations Children's Fund and Water Mission, signed an historic $1.2 million solarization water project for Marsh Harbor, Abaco. The deal set to transform Abaco's water system into a more resilient, improved, climate-proof, state-of-the-art quality water supply structure. An international company that designs safe water hygiene solutions for developing countries is assisting with the project's funding and coordination. Director of Disaster Response for Water Mission is Mark Baker.
Days after the hurricane hit, and we were able to get safe water flowing within 24 hours on Green Turtle Key. We quickly moved from Green Turtle to Marsh Harbor, Treasure Key, and through the support of many generous donations around the world, we were able to start getting systems put in place, including the system many of you are aware of over at the crossings.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, James Albury, describes the initiative as incredible, born out of hard work and collaboration.
Pessimism and cynicism will not rebuild our communities. It will not rebuild our homes. It will not build a better world for ourselves and our future generations. What we're doing here today is what makes a better future for ourselves and all those who come after us.
The foundation for 40 domes are in place and will be raised 6 inches to avoid flooding issues. The inter-shelter domes are being built in Spring City, Abaco, and will be used as temporary housing for those residents who were displaced by Hurricane Dorian. Some 14 domes will be constructed sometime today.
Within each dome, we're going to fit it out with a bathroom. The bathroom will consist of a shower, a sink, and a toilet pod, and the rest of the space will be left open for the inhabitant to take over from there. Our intention is to have 110 domes this side of Christmas on the island, and the remainder to be on the island by the end of January and continue from there. We are working through the Christmas period to keep moving forward.
Meantime, Chairman of the Bahamas Disaster and Reconstruction, John Michael Clark, says the transition process will be a smooth one.
That's one of the reasons why we want to engage social services this week to look at what our original targets are and to determine if there and what modifications need to be made to those original targets so that we can accommodate the shelterees. Of course, you know, we're not going to put anybody outside, but we want to make sure that we have a reasonable and working solution both for the shelterees here in New Providence and for those who want to move back to Abaco.
Also in the news, Chief Justice Brian Morey says work on the electronic bail management system is expected to be completed by the end of the year. The system provides for the electronic processing of bail applications, among other features, and is expected to make the administration of justice more efficient.
It's going quite well. We've finished the software. We've had our training of all the major stakeholders. We've consulted with the bar, and we put on some training for the members of the criminal bar. And we are actually in the process of installing the hardware at the Correctional Center as well as at the Criminal Registry in Bank Lane and also at a number of the larger police stations around the island of New Providence. This is really going to facilitate a much more efficient management of bail applications, where we're going to be able to do it through kiosks, which are located in strategic areas using biometrics.
The Chief Justice said the system will also expedite the efficiency of the bail application process.
Our timeline has slipped a little bit. We were hoping to get it actually operational before the Christmas season. It looks as though we'll now slip into January, but we hope to have this up and running by the end of January. There's one other aspect of it which we're working on with the Attorney General, and that's the enabling legislation that will be required for us to introduce the system. That bill is with the Office of the Attorney General, and we're hoping that that'll be dealt with sometime, if not before the Christmas break for Parliament, as soon as they come back in January.
And still to come in the morning edition, addressing health concerns over at the Kendall Jill Isaacs Gymnasium. We're hearing from social services on their action plan, so stay close.
Bonaventure Medical Laboratory at East Avenue, Centerville and Sandyport celebrates 20 years of providing quality laboratory services with timely results. While partnering with your physicians and insurance companies, we have expanded into our modernized facility providing EKG testing, the latest in gonorrhea and chlamydia STD tests, rapid tests, paternity screens, online reporting of results, and also phlebotomy training. Visit or call Bonaventure Medical Lab, open daily at 7:30 a.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. or visit our Sandyport or Southside clinic locations.
Struggling to turn those four walls into a home? Everything Home can help. Come visit our store on East Street South and Soldier Road, 3 buildings down from the intersection, where you'll find a great selection of comforters, beddings, rugs, candles, scents, luggage, Airbnb finishing touches, home decor, wonderful gift ideas, and kitchen appliances. If it's a home you're creating, then it's everything Home. Good things at great prices.
Closer, closer, closer. Closer, closer from the last one.
You're watching the Morning Edition. For months now, the Kendall Jill Isaacs Gymnasium has been accommodating hundreds of evacuees. And to ensure proper health standards, a local cleaning company has been engaged by the Department of Social Services to conduct deep cleaning of the gym. According to Deputy Director Kim Sawyer, the cleaning is done once a month. Now, in an exclusive interview with ZNS News, Sawyer revealed the findings of the department's initial shelter assessment.
We did an assessment, what they call a WASH assessment, water, sewage, and sanitation and hygiene. And based on that assessment, some recommendations were made. And along with water and sewage and the other partners, we were able to carry out some improvements to what it was that we were doing in terms of cleaning, in terms of the provision of drinking and water for other means. It was also recommended by the Ministry of Health that we do a deep, what they call the deep cleaning, particularly of the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium.
Sawyer says once the evacuees vacate the shelters, further sanitation plans will be carried out by the National Sports Authority.
Those concerns were not expressed for the Bahamas Academy, and so we did not undertake that at the Bahamas Academy. Also, in addition to that, we have janitorial staff that complement social services janitorial staff that complement what is done by the staff of the NSA, and so they go in on the weekends and they maintain the area. Now, my understanding from, and I guess you can speak with the management at the stadium in terms of what their plans are once all the shelterees have moved out, but my understanding is that they already have a plan in place on what they're going to do to sanitize the facility once everyone has moved out of there.
Meantime, the Department of Social Services also weighing in on the incident involving 70 displaced evacuees that received letters to vacate the premises of the El Greco Hotel by management for a number of reasons this past Tuesday. Deputy Director of Social Services Kim Sawyer gave the department's plans for the displaced.
Made aware, because initially we were aware that an offer was made to evacuees from Abaco, specifically Abaco, to be housed at the El Greco Hotel. We received word that they were given notice to leave. It was not communicated to our department prior to that. And so when persons turned up at the department with their letters, we kicked in to see what assistance that we could offer. We normally provide assistance through our rent assistance program and also temporary housing at motels, small motels. And so we were in the process of making contacts to see whether these persons could be housed when we found out that a private donor stepped in to assist them.
Well, Christmas will certainly be coming early for children staying at the Kendall Jill Isaacs Gymnasium for the past several months. Emerge Youth Church, Bahamas Faith Ministries, and the We Life Foundation will be presenting gifts to those youngsters this weekend in Grand Bahama and right here in New Providence. Now, joining us live in studio here on the Morning Edition with us is Siobhan Strawn from the We Life Foundation. Yes. Siobhan, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you.
So, Siobhan, talk to us a little bit about how did the idea come about to, I guess, spread the love and some cheer and bring some cheer to those children that were displaced by Hurricane Dorian?
Well, this is actually our second annual event that we're having, Christmas in the Community. So last year we were actually in Eleuthera having this theme event for children in the inner cities. And so this year I decided, instead of going into the inner city, that we're going to take the event to those who are going to be spending the Christmas holiday in the shelter to bring some cheer to the kids that's going to be staying there. And so it's not just the gift giving, we're also going to have Santa Claus there. We have candies that's going to be giving out, a Christmas tree is going to be set up, Christmas dinner, Christmas music, bouncing castles, lots of fun just for them to enjoy and really feel the Christmas spirit this year.
Now, I know I'm not good at wrapping gifts at all, but I understand that you guys, I guess your team will be wrapping and distributing gifts today. How many gifts are you guys wrapping, I guess, sometime today?
So sometime today, we're going to be wrapping over 200 gifts for children staying at the shelter. So we have TLB Ministries as well as Extra Touch out of Tobago that's going to be assisting us in wrapping, and it's going to be taking place at Go Postal, who's also our sponsor for this event.
And talk to us a little bit more about what I guess your plans, I guess, to assist those persons that were displaced by Hurricane Dorian for this, I guess, this great gesture.
Our plans is just to bring joy and love in this season to the persons there. It was my understanding that, you know, they got a lot of assistance with food and clothing, and so one of the needs that were not met is simply just a fun day and something to just take their mind off of where they're at and just have them enjoy the holiday season with gifts and lots of fun and laughter.
So what's your expectations, I guess, for a Sunday?
My expectation is just seeing lots of smiles and joys on the person's face. We actually want to set an environment that makes them forget where they're at and make them feel like they're at home with Christmas and their family. So we'll have tables set up for Christmas dinner where the families will come and sit together and just enjoy a good meal, conversation, and lots of fun for their kids.
Has there been any challenges for you and your team in spearheading an event like this?
No. Once again, I'd just like to thank you to our sponsor, Go Postal, who sponsored the event. So everything was pretty smooth sailing, and all of us are really excited to just bring love and joy. And the team that I'm partnering with, they're headed to Freeport this evening as well. And it's just an exciting time for all of us. We're really looking forward to it.
Because you know those islands were devastated by Hurricane Dorian back in September. What message you want to send out, I guess, for other Bahamians to give back in such a meaningful way like this?
One of the messages that I would like to share to Bahamians is to also remember acts of kindness, and that's just not in clothing, but any way you can contribute to actually put a smile on persons' faces and kind of get their emotions away from the devastation.
And did you have any family members that were affected or friends that were affected?
Yes, I'm actually originally from Freeport, so my immediate family is still in Freeport, and that's why this also really hits home to me, because I also grew up in the inner city, and I've also experienced devastation in Freeport living there some time ago. So this is something that's very near and dear to my heart, and I'm really looking forward to creating a great impact in those areas. Yeah.
And how are the rebuilding, I guess, their rebuilding efforts going over there in Freeport?
The rebuilding efforts are moving slowly. I can only speak from my personal experience being there just 2 weeks ago, visiting my family. Everybody's just really trying to pick up the pieces and bring some sort of normalcy back to their lives. So my sister, those are getting their businesses back together, clothing businesses, and just really trying to have a sense of normalcy again.
Siobhan, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your initiative on Sunday. Thank you so much. Stay close. We've got more news right after this. You're watching the Morning Edition.
Introducing a secret that's been around for 30 years. It's AG Electric. It's the most trusted source for lighting, electrical supplies, fixtures, and home accessories. Some may know it as the place along Jerome Avenue with the big chunk of new piece outside. Yeah, Kyle, you're getting your house fixed up, eh? But it's the inside that's gonna amaze you. They've got outdoor and indoor lighting solutions, ceiling fans, furniture, and so much more. So the next time you have a home project or see the big chunk of new piece, think AG Electric.
As of January 2020, 4 single-use plastic products will be banned in the Bahamas. The forbidden 4 are single-use plastic bags, plastic utensils, plastic straws, and styrofoam food containers. The release of balloons into the atmosphere will also be banned. To help us move towards an even better Bahamas, we recommend the following daily tips. Use eco-friendly alternatives to plastic bags, such as reusable bags. Keep them handy in your car, office, and at home. Or cardboard boxes. Just ask. Stores have a large amount of boxes that are not being recycled. Use eco-friendly garbage bags at home or in the office. Say no to plastic straws and yes to trendy alternatives such as bamboo, paper, or glass. It's not a party for marine life, so don't release balloons. Find alternative ways to commemorate, such as planting a tree, waving flags, floating flowers, or beating drums. We encourage everyone to use these eco-friendly tips and embrace the change as we move towards a plastic-free Bahamas. Visit plasticfree242.com to learn more.
Rolls Auto Parts Hardware and Accessories have expanded its brand to include home and hardware essentials. Browse the many aisles for dinette sets, microwaves, bedding supplies, and so much more. We also stock plumbing supplies, electrical fittings and fixtures, and gardening tools for all of those needed repairs. Located East Street South. Telephone 392-1121-4. Come in and let us serve you today.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, your hottest place on the planet for rims, tints, tires, and auto sales. We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Track Lights, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king. Blessed luck.
It started with an idea, better shipping and more personalized service. Before long, Betty K became a leading Bahamian-owned and operated carrier, serving the capital 3 days a week and Providenciales every Friday. Just a heartbeat from Miami Airport. 2 Miami locations means no more long lines. Betty K is your one-stop palletized cargo shop in Arawak Key. With 20 and 40-foot containers and flat tracks and secure boxes for home shoppers, it's clear to see why Betty K has been #1 for almost a century.
We fuse the passion, the pride, and the rhythm of Junkanoo with the beer of the Bahamas to answer one question. Who are we? We are Junkanoo. Represent your group today and purchase a limited edition 16-ounce Collect Junkanoo can from your neighborhood 700 wines and spirits store or your favorite watering hole.
A number of cultural icons were honored last evening at Government House. Junkanooers came in support of their leaders and team members at the National Junkanoo Legend Circle induction ceremony. The event was put on by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the National Junkanoo Committee, and 11 honorees were inducted, receiving plaques as tokens of appreciation for their contributions to Bahamian culture. We spoke to honorees Yonel Justilian, Bridget Roberts, and Gerald Bain.
I feel great, because, when you're out there just enjoying the culture and building up youth within the culture, it's all about education, training, and experience that we're passing down to our youth.
It's a privilege to be honored, and I feel so special. And thanks to Gubba Evans from Nicholstown, because I'm here because of him and the encouragement that he pushed me through. And by the help of God, I want to thank my Unity group, especially.
It's good, and I'll say it's about time, because I've been in the culture from I was 8 years old. So that's about 49 years.
Director of Culture, Rowena Poitier-Sutherland, and Chairman of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence Limited, Dion Miller, explained to us why it is so important for Junkanoo artists to be recognized at a national level.
It's really a moment to come together and to honor those that have made significant contributions in the development of Junkanoo across the Bahamas, internationally, and as well as those who have made contributions in junior Junkanoo. So it's important to recognize and identify our legends and to pass on that knowledge.
It's an honor and a pleasure tonight to be here honoring Junkanooers for the years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. There aren't many ways that you can honor Junkanooers. Most Junkanooers live to win the parades, but it's good that the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the NJC and associates with the JCNP can come together and honor some of our own whilst they're living, and just thank them for all the years and the sacrifices.
It's Entertainment Friday, and Kelsey Johnson is standing by with our special featured guest. Good morning again, Kelsey.
It's a wet Friday, and there's no other way to bring it back down home. I mean, it's a Bim Bim Friday, and we have Baldy in the studio. Listen.
Hey.
It's all about you, eh?
Bloody in the building, y'all. Bloody in the building. Come to mash it up.
Bloody. Only time I see and get close to you is when I by the farm. I feel like I'm a good celebrity in the house here tonight,
Listen
man.
to me. Listen, you know what's going on. You know we closing out the year strong. On the 27th of December, we live by the farm. You know what I mean? We got the big
What is
boys in
happening
the
by the
building.
farm? I hear goats and cow and dying. What happening there to
But
the
this,
farm?
when they come, they can see them dancing. They can be dancing.
So what
like
type
the
of
puzzle
music?
song.
What type of music they...
Rake and scrape.
Rake and scrape all
live.
day.
Rake and scrape live all day. That's what we catered to, the rake and scrape in the bush music.
And how did you get involved in it?
We got some of my boys, you know, Audril, pick up the Audril, Cord, some of the other crew. We just put the team together and we just started to go and just do it, man. Just to keep it alive, keep the vibe positive, and you know what I mean?
What makes you write and sing the way you do?
Just the culture. I'm a old, I call myself a Bohemian boy, like a old school rake and scraper. I learned from some of the older guys like Ronnie Butler and stuff like that. I grew up listening to that music, so put it into the modern day style.
And what are some of your favorite songs? I mean, what made you write those songs?
Some of my favorite songs like Chain O.D., Gal Have I Had You. I love that
That's
one.
my song.
Mosquito by KB. Hangover. You know, some of the good stuff like that. D-Mac.
D-Mac,
That's
for
my
sure.
brother, yeah. So we just do it, man. Big up the Commonwealth Studios.
So what are you going to bust this morning for us? I mean, I like that song, say the crab. I just be down there.
You know, we catching the crab, right? We can catch the crab this morning too. But I still looking for Mahalia.
Oh, that Mahalia. I like the crab one.
You like the crab one?
Yeah, I like crab.
You know
I like
the girl in
fin.
the watch.
Yeah, I like the fin. I like
You know that?
going down with my light.
I
See
bring
him
you.
there, put your foot there. That's like
I bring you a little
like
present too. Check that out.
Yeah, break it straight. All day in the house. We gonna let them kick it off for us. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
We got our party today, man. Baldy can show me something.
Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. Looking for you. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. I was chilling out by the bar last night. This gal, she was looking nice. She blew my mind right out of sight. I start to order drinks, man. I drink it everything. She make me feel like a king. I asked her to take her home. I said I live alone. She jump in my ride and come with me. We rake and scrape till morning come. Tell her sleep when I wake up. Mahalia was already gone. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. Looking for you. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. Boy, Mahalia, you got me up early in the morning looking for you. Live on ZNS. Why tell you? But I'm Mahalia, you're something else. I was searching all over the land. In Nagua, down in Matthew Town. I gone looking in the big yard. That's where I met this big black crab. And then she snatched me. She squeezed me. She bite me. I put my mouth all over the hot candy. Say she need brandy. When I hear, I'll hail you. But I looking for Mahalia. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. Looking for you. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. I was sad, my luck was bad. DJ Rev called me, say come by the farm. I saw Tracy, Audril, Cord and Val. But the only thing I wanted was this gal. Tony Holler, what's that by the bar? This tall, sweet red thing was mine in fast. I took one look, oh boy, was mad. But boy, them got Mahalia in the glass. I say, Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you, looking for you. Mahalia, where you been, gal? I've been looking for you. 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 Oh yeah, I've been looking for you. in the bush.
That was such a great performance there by Blotty, Johnny. Now, you know, I didn't know who Blotty was until this morning, but now I know who he is. What's coming up in sports?
Well, Don, our men's national soccer team, they did very well this year in the Nations League, and now they have a qualifier in the Gold Cup coming up in the new year.
All of that and more ahead in sports.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit Insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
Cap, you look grab me by screws and fasteners, boy. How mean you supposed to fit on this bike? You should look like two big bike skills. Well, taste the rainbow. Come this one to get you a Christmas traffic. Come out and call them at the 326-1976 number. And they say they got my threaded rod and my line for my fishing in. Oh, so where they is, so girl? Girl, by Palm Beach and Balfour Avenue. Yes, I know the place. I got some masonry tools from them. I got strings for my weed whacker. I got sex bolts. And I got turnbuckles. Girl, they got the stainless steel rectangular hex. And they got the wheels and junk. All of that. Girl, you know they don't play. You know what they motto is? Come, let's screw your work. Come, girl, let's go. Let's hurry up. Come here. Yeah. You got your pull. Yeah, you let's go.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters, located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Driscoll Roll representing the Bahamas recently at the Bowling World Cup, and she came up there with a career best performance.
She spent about a week or so in Palembang, Indonesia. The high game came in my last shift, my fourth game. I believe I had a 9 spare in the first frame, and then rattle off strikes through till coming to the 10th frame. Then I roll a double in the 8th. Man, when I came to the 10th frame, obviously the nerves started kicking. I wasn't thinking about it before, but definitely the nerves started kicking in. The lanes started to clear. Everybody on the side of me started to finish and move. Persons were behind me. Persons on top of the balcony. Cameras were behind me. So definitely it was a little nerve-wracking. But the 288 was an awesome experience. It was enjoyable. For the females, I rolled the highest score. So nobody rolled a 300. And I believe the closest score for a female was a 269.
CONCACAF conducting the official draw for the qualifying matches of the 2021 Gold Cup in Miami. The 2019-2020 Nations League kicked off the road to the Gold Cup, and starting in March of next year, a 2-round qualifier will be played in a direct elimination format, with the second-place finishers of League B facing the first-place finishers of League C. Team Bahamas has been drawn against French Guyana after home and away play. The winner will advance to the second round, where they will face Bermuda, who is a third-place finisher in League A. The second round will take place during the FIFA window of June 2020. After home and away play, the winner will qualify for the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup, joining Canada, Costa Rica, Curacao, El Salvador, Grenada, Honduras, Jamaica, Martinique, Mexico, Panama, Suriname, and the United States. The Bahamas Football Association set to put on its Christmas Seven-a-Side Festival this Sunday on the two fields at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex. Group A consists of Baja Juniors, Cavalier, Future Stars, Gladiators, and Cubs. In Group B, Dynamos, United, Titans, Bears, and the University of the Bahamas Mingos. They'll use the full field with 15 minutes running time, no offsides, and rolling substitutions. The top four from each group advance to the knockout rounds. If tied, sudden death penalties will decide a winner. Bahamian juniors excelling at the Lomo International Tennis Tournament in Florida. Brianna Holgrave teamed with Valera Rojas to win the Under-9 Girls Doubles Championship. Addison Monroe was third in the Under-8 Girls Singles. Chase Newbold, the Under-18 Boys Consolation winner. As for Kaylee Kanuka, she was a consolation finalist in the Under-14 Girls Division. 1 week to go now until the college football bowl season kicks off in Paradise with the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The Buffalo Bulls out of the MAC taking on the Charlotte 49ers from Conference USA. This will be the 49ers' inaugural bowl appearance under first-year head coach Will Healy.
It's really special. We knew that we had the potential of a really exciting hire when we hired Will. Really what we were looking for was an infusion of energy into our program, and he delivered that in spades for us. He's electrified our community, our student body, and certainly our football team and from a recruiting standpoint. So I can't say that I would have predicted we'd be in our first bowl game in year one, but really proud of the job he and the staff have done, the job that our kids have done. They worked so hard to get to this point. We were 2-5 and losing by 2 touchdowns to North Texas, and came back and won that game and have won every game since. And that's a testament to great coaching and leadership.
Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings will put their 3-game win streak on the line tonight in the NBA. After a slow start to the season, the Kings seem to be rolling, and the road ahead looks promising to get back to 500. At 11-13, the Kings' next 2 games are against the bottom of the barrel New York Knicks and Golden State Warriors. Buddy spoke about what's made the difference the last couple of games.
I showed the resiliency of our team, the competitive nature we have. Yeah, we had a tough one in San Antonio. We could have folded, and we didn't. I was pissed off. I tricked the game off, despite wherever the team said. I feel like it was on me. So just coming back in and locking in shows our resiliency that's coming back on us, staying focused, and our mental toughness, and just being together as one, and fighting no one out in Dallas, and then Belly hitting the game winning in Houston, and coming here and nail bite here, game that we feel like we should win, but they play so tough and they play so well, and they're disciplined, guy like CP. So, a lot of mental toughness and mental focus, and we was able to figure it out. I'm a baller, man. That's what I do every day. I like when they call my number. You can tell me sometimes when they call my number, I get pissed at them for not calling my number because I feel like I deserve that, but I still got to be a team guy regardless of what the situation is. And Luke know I'm all about winning, so whatever call he makes, I'm down with it. But I like when he call my number, and I like when the game's online. So I like to, because I work so hard, and I feel that I'm a guy that can help close the game and help get a win.
The opportunities Buddy and other pro players have been afforded stems from those who came before them, like stalwart Stansell Stoney Ferguson, who was a part of the Sports Hall of Fame class of 2019.
When you're in the moment and you're playing, you're coaching, you never think about how it's going to end. And so I'm thankful, first of all, to Almighty God for bringing me this far. And then you always hear the phrase that you're standing on the shoulders of giants. And there's so many people, so many individuals that you have to be thankful for who have helped you along the way, because it's been a journey. But more importantly, it's been very, very good. And I think what is most rewarding for me is that the individuals that you build that relationship with, the ones that you coach, and you see that you take them to a certain land, they go abroad to school and they come back, and then they come back and then they're making meaningful contribution to the country as upstanding citizens. That is what I'm very, very proud of.
Sports Minister, the Honourable Lanisha Roll, calling Ferguson and the rest of the class of 2019 more than deserving, carrying on a rich sports tradition in the country.
For countless decades, sports has proven to be a predominant unifying activity, having the capability of galvanizing our nation and inspiring our people. We have celebrated the success of our athletes nationally, regionally, and internationally, performing at world championships and international meets and Olympic competitions. History dictates that from the arena of sports, our nation continues to expand our borders and break glass ceilings as we widen the scope of sporting disciplines that we dominate. When it comes to sports, from the Bahamian perspective, the world, I'm sure, would agree, we only have more records to set, more home runs to make, more medals to attain, and further distances to go.
One game this evening in the Junior Baseball League of Nassau at St. Andrews Field of Dreams. The Royals will be looking for their first win of the season as they take on the Angels in the minor league division. Games will continue again tomorrow and Sunday. After more than 3 decades, JBLN still going strong, and parental support plays a key role.
One of the difficulties is when we play in a night game, for parents to get here, because they get off at work, and then if you notice when you're coming up in the afternoon, there's a lot of traffic on Prince Charles Drive. But they make it here, and the atmosphere is good. Parents come, parents participation, and we have a lot of parents who are helping out with the coaching. And we come up here on a practice day, you have a lot of parents out there. If the coaches don't reach here in time, they're out there doing the job. And that's what it's about, development, letting the kids develop, and they develop, and they form even a stronger bond with their kids. Because when their kids go home now and you're watching Major League Baseball, you can hear it different because they know about the terminology, and they know if somebody make a boo-boo, they could say, well, Mommy, he should have done such and such thing, or Daddy, he should have done. And that's what makes it fun.
Stefan Knowles pulling off quite a feat last weekend, winning all 3 classes at the Best Regatta. Whitty K has been dominating Class C for a while the Susan Chase also has a long record for wins. Until recently, the same couldn't be said for the Running Tide in Class A, but that has changed.
Years ago, in 2016, after walking, Tidal Wave came Long Island and she swept us, all the races, you know. And they've been singing at him now for quite a while. So I told the guys today, I said, we already got 3 in the bag. Let's make sure we get 4 so we don't have to hear at him anymore. So now that him should be out of the hymn book for the time being. Now it's a Running Tide sweeping A-class.
Minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Michael Pintard, happy with the direction that sloop sailing is moving in the country. For those not able to make it out to events like the Best of the Best, they no longer have to miss any of the action.
Bahamians can now, throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas, see regattas televised live with professional commentators. We are stepping up our game. We ask Bahamians to appreciate the fact, when you look in the mirror, that Bahamian people are as talented as anyone else, anywhere else in the world. But we can't just sing it, as we say in Junkanoo, we have to bring it. It means that we must put our money where our mouths are and to support these incredible athletes who compete in Opti as young people in the E-class, all the way to senior citizens.
That will do it for sports. The morning edition comes back after the break.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some logs here.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys' waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been queuing for some grouper tread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work. Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. Sea, the future.
Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps. a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low-fiber, high-fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all.
In our final look at weather, we had a little troughing went through the Northwest Bahamas last night, and that dumped a couple of showers over the capital. Meanwhile, that stalled out front boundary to the north of us. We expect that to begin moving late tomorrow, and by Saturday night, pushing through the Northwest Bahamas. It will bring some overnight showers tonight, so we'll get the prefrontal showers tonight, and things will dry out thereafter. The front itself will go through on Saturday night, but not much change in the temperatures. And our forecast for today calls for variable cloudiness with showers and thunderstorms around. Most of those showers will take place in extreme Northwest Bahamas around Abaco, Grand Bahama. We'll get some isolated ones here in the capital as well. High temperature getting up to 83 degrees. And tonight we are looking at overcast conditions with a couple more showers. Things becoming mild with a low temperature of 72 degrees. The extended weather forecast taking us through the weekend. Pretty much okay on Saturday despite that front going through, rather dry front. On Sunday, a couple of showers in the forecast. Things look a lot better on Monday, but as we get into the middle of the week on Wednesday, another frontal system, a much stronger one, goes through. So we will see daytime temperatures getting back into the 70s, somewhere around 78 degrees. Low temperatures in the low 60s, and hopefully we'll get some upper 50s in the extreme Northwest Bahamas once that frontal system goes through. LaDon?
Thanks a lot, Basil, and that does it for us this wet Friday morning. But it's going to be a party in the backyard here at ZNS today, and we're about to dance the night away for the Christmas holidays. So for all of us here on the Morning Edition, I'm LaDon Davis. Make it a great weekend. We leave you now with the sounds of Bloody.
I don't want the dirty smoke to stop between my teeth. I'm feeling zombies because I didn't feel that out. All I want is that sweet juicy crab in my. I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the crab house. I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the crab house. I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the crab house. All I want is that sweet juicy crab in my mouth. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Be in the bush, y'all, catching some crab. Y'all see that say she wasn't going to West for some crab. You know how we doing it, y'all. I woke up yesterday, I was so hungry. I had money in my pocket, but confused but what to eat. Cody say, look boy, buy us some Chinese. I say Chinese ain't gonna do the trick, there's something else I need. Before you knew it, Eggy came walking by. He had crab juice on his mouth. He looked at me and I've been by the crab house to get me some crab sauce. And if y'all beg me for my crab, I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the crab house. I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the. I want me some crab sauce. I grab by the crab house. All I want is that sweet juicy. You gotta get low. Gotta catch the crab. This how we doing it, y'all. December 27th, right by the farm, the Three Wise Men. Watch this out. Well, I gone down in Andros, I visit the crab fest. You can pick, choose, I'm a fuse, boy, crab and stuff. And if you could beat me, I got put you to the test. Go down with me, let's have a crab eating gun. Black, white, and yellow crab too. Boy, don't tap out now, I can see what you can do. And if you miss and beat me, I will be upset, but you ain't got to. I want me some. I get better. I want me some. I get better. I want me some crab. I get better crab house. All I want is that. What's your break? I gone to my back door. Guess what I saw? My brother from Camp Road, it down on my kitchen. I come a little closer. ready to attack. Eden licking out my plate and got my barboshi. See that? See that? Sitting home one day.
I'm here at the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down big waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In a replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield